What's up, guys? Marc from Beyond the Real here, and today I want to talk about the top 5 teams that I think that are actually going to be in contention to be in the finals for the NBA Finals for this upcoming season. You know, I really thought about this. I want to try and go into enough depth to actually give my opinion. I really do think at number 1 at the top of the list is gonna have to be the Lakers. No matter what, this past year, we got to see Anthony Davis and LeBron James play at a dominant level, and they killed it. They really went out there and they really showed what they had. And, the team that they had around them, sometimes they were shaky, sometimes they weren't. Sometimes they had great three-point shooting nights, and then there was nights that they were off. But overall, their team built a great chemistry together. And next year, going into that, I believe there's a couple. I think there's five guys that are going into free agency. They're unrestricted free agents. So I believe all they have right now is LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and who's the other guy? Danny Green had a 2-year deal, so he's coming back for the year. And of course, I think Caruso is on a 2-year, and he's coming back. But nevertheless, they need to rebuild what they had, or they need to get the same guys. And just because you get the same guys doesn't mean it's going to work out the same way the following year. These are veterans. These are veteran players, and they don't really have any young guns on that team. So they really need to go out there and get someone. They got Kuzma, but Kuzma's an off. He has good nights, he has bad nights, but I feel like he has more bad nights than good nights. I really do feel like you got to go out there and get a Drew Holiday, or a point guard that actually can score the ball, and he's a good facilitator as well. I really think you need to go out there and get something like that. You can't go out there and get a Chris Paul, because you're just gonna gut your whole team and you won't have a team. LeBron's gonna be 36 when this season starts. I believe he'll be 36 in his 18th season. Anthony Davis, he can't lead a team by himself. We saw that in New Orleans. He can't lead a team no matter how good. He had Rondo on that team, and he had DeMarcus Cousins at one point. He cannot lead that team by himself. The Lakers, without LeBron James, will make the playoffs and lose in the first round if Anthony Davis were to lead it. I still don't buy that just because he won a championship with LeBron James, that all of a sudden later on when LeBron retires, that's gonna be it. Anthony Davis is gonna take the Lakers to another level. I really don't believe that at all. I don't, and I'm not. I really don't. But that's my first, because I want to put them at the top of the rankings, because I do feel like they have the best, duo. It's like Kobe and Shaq. They have that kind of duo like that, and they just mesh well. And hopefully, they can get their team together and they could try to repeat. I don't think they are, because my second pick is my team, the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. They're all coming back. Draymond Green, he played last year, and let's be honest, he sucked. And you can't really get on to him about that. He didn't have a team. He had all young guns, which isn't bad, because the Warriors it's crazy that they just plan for the future. That's what they do, and that's what they're doing. That's what they got to do this past season. They got to see which players are actually valuable, which players actually have that grit. The player that actually cares about the game and wants to go out there and do. Wants to go out there and grab it, wants to take it. You got to see that with Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, I feel like his frame actually gotten bigger over these past few months. I really do feel like he's gonna be the backup point guard for the Golden State Warriors. He's gonna be coming off of the bench. You're gonna have Eric Pascal. You get a couple other guys. You got a trade exception that they use. I think it's $17 million. They have the second round pick. They need to go out there and get a big man. They need to build for the future, which I feel like they are doing. and they need to get a James Wiseman. You know, you have Andrew Wiggins. You have a core. You have Marquise Chris. You have good players. You really do. And you know, if you wanted to, you know, package, you know, I don't know, maybe one of the younger players with the 2nd round pick, and then get it even like the 6th round pick, or you know, something lower, something a little lower, and just get someone else, you know, instead of a James Wiseman. I really want them to get James Wiseman because they need a center. They need a true center, because I feel like that's all Golden State lacks, is a true center. And I want them to go out there and get that, because no matter what, once Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are on the field, on the court, they're gonna kill it, because you're not gonna know who to defend on certain nights. You know, you can defend Steph Curry, he's still gonna get his no matter what. If he's gonna get it from going to the foul line. He's going to get it from the mid-range. He's going to get it from the three-point. Whatever you think that he's not, he's going to get his. No matter what no matter what LeBron James, no matter what Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, anybody does, he will get his. Klay Thompson is coming back from an injury. I understand people are really hesitant to believe that these players, like when players get injured, they're not going to come back the same. I really do feel like Klay Thompson's going to come back the same, because he's a catch. He's a catch and shoot. Shoots the ball. That's about it. This man is, you know, he's crazy. It's crazy. You know, dropping 37 points, I believe, in a quarter. 60 points in the game. Like the most for threes in a game, which is 14 by Klay Thompson. You know, this man is crazy, and I really do feel like if he does not go out of that game in the 2019 finals against the Raptors, Golden State would have won. I really do feel that way. But that's my 2nd pick, and I really do feel like they're gonna go to the finals. My 3rd, I'm gonna go for the Clippers. The Clippers lost in the 2020 finals. They did. And I really do feel like they were being very cocky. But I feel like going into this year, they're not going to have that, you know, we're just going to win it automatically mindset. That's what I feel like they had, just because they had Kawhi Leonard. And, you know, I really didn't think Paul George was that good of a player. Maybe in Indiana, maybe his first year in OKC. But, I mean, you see the track record of the playoffs, and, I mean, that track record is true. You got to see, you know, how playoff P actually plays, and yeah, you know, everybody likes to mention, you know, that back hitting the side of the backboard. Yeah, it was bad that last game against the Denver Nuggets. It was bad, but I have hope for them, and now that they have Ty Lue, maybe that'll push them a little over the edge. Maybe Kawhi Leonard will take a little more serious. Maybe Paul George will work on something. If not, I really do feel like they need to trade Paul George for a point guard. Maybe even bring, you know, Chris Paul back. Bring a Drew Holiday in. Bring someone in that can, you know, change the dynamic of that team. Because on that team on the court, they don't have a leader. It's not Patrick Beverley. He's a defensive player, but he can only do so much. You know, Montrezl Harrell, I really don't think he's going to come back to the Clippers. They're going to need a player that's actually, you know, going to drive them to, you know, get the momentum going. You know, that's what they need, and Kawhi Leonard is not that dude. You know, the board man gets paid. He is a assassin, and that's what you need him to be. You need someone like Chris Paul on this team to, you know, have that voice and push it over the edge. That's what you need, and hopefully they actually get Chris Paul. My 4 choices are going to be the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, KD, Kyrie. KD is a walking bucket. You give him the ball, he's going to get you a shot. We've seen that on the Golden State Warriors. We've seen that Oklahoma City Thunder. We've seen that on the Supersonics. We've seen it all. You know, KD is an unstoppable beast. And once they start playing and they have those games, have those reps together, that team's going to be unstoppable. With LeVert, with Dinwiddie, with Jared Allen, there's so much young, there are young players on that team that have been through so much and so much experience. They have a playoff run together. I just really hope they really mesh well and they're able. DeAndre Jordan, to me, that's like a Dwight Howard situation. He's trying to redeem himself, and I feel like he is going to redeem himself in this upcoming year. So hopefully the Brooklyn Nets actually, show up and show out. My fifth pick, I had a hard time thinking about this, but I'm gonna pick the Bucks because it's win or lose with this season. Because if you lose, I don't think Giannis is signing the Supermax contract, and I really don't think he's gonna stay in Milwaukee. I really don't. I feel like this season, once the off season starts, they need to go shopping Eric Bledsoe. They need to shop everybody they can shop to see what pieces fit around Giannis. If not, Giannis is gonna walk. I really don't think he's going to stay in Milwaukee for the rest of his career if he doesn't feel like he'll win a championship. And maybe getting like a James Harden over there will push them over the edge. Maybe getting a Chris Paul over there will push it over the edge. Something like that. But right now, as constructed, they are not winning a championship. And in the regular season, they're so dominant. You see them, Giannis running up and down the court. Chris Middleton, he has his games. Eric Bledsoe has actually good games in the regular season. Brook Lopez has good games during the regular season. They have good quality players. It's just during the playoffs, the past 2 years, Eric Bledsoe couldn't get it done. You've seen it again. Chris Middleton couldn't get it done. And I feel like if you keep this same roster, they're not going to get it done because the teams are going to be tougher and it's going to get harder. But I have hope for them if they actually make some changes. Because I actually wanted to put the Denver Nuggets in the top 5 because during this playoff, Jamal Murray went crazy. Jokic went crazy. And they showed up to these playoffs. They were playing with house money. They were good. No matter, they lost. They beat the Clippers. They upset the team that was supposed to win the championship this year. But I wanted to put them, but I want to give Milwaukee a chance. I want to give them hope so they can actually win. And hopefully this year it actually does it. My 6th pick with the Rockets, my 6th pick is the Denver Nuggets, and then my 7th pick is actually the Rockets. The Rockets are a mess. They need help. They're not going to win with Russell and Harden. That's not ever going to happen. So they need to trade either one of them and get something done. But yeah, guys, that's my top 5. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you come back and check back for more.